Hey everybody, Nick here, and today...
What's happening, beautiful people? It is so good to see you. I hope you guys are doing wonderfully, and I hope your knifely possessions are treating you much better than mine are. In this little guy's defense, he did nothing wrong. We'll get into that in just a second. Before we do, though, let's go ahead and get this panic dump and beverage check out of the way real quick. Today, I am carrying the Kaiser, and what I am calling this, because and we discussed it on a live stream, I cannot bring myself to call this the Quatch, because like I said, it just, to me, sounds like a little kid who hasn't quite mastered his R's trying to say crotch, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna call this the Kaiser Crotch. So this is the Quanch, the Sam Squanch, the Squanch, anything but the Quatch.
Today we're going to be doing a short review of the Kaiser Quatch. It's a rather stupendous knife.
And also have Das Fidgy. Do a little fidgeting, and there I will eventually here in the near future get some more of these, but right now this one is doing its job magnificently, and I am pleased with it. Also had the i5T EOS from Olight in brass, and the bastard went tits up on me today. Battery died. And then the V1 version 1 still time coin, and this one says there is still time to find your way, which is something I need to remind myself of on a daily basis, if not several times a day. And got a little something new, something spanky, something fantabulous. Just absolutely, it's different. Got a little bit of the old. And this is from Jekyll Brewing Company in Alpharetta, Georgia, and they say inspired by Jekyll Island, Georgia. I'm not sure if I would ever be inspired by Jekyll Island, Georgia. It is a cool little place. Used to go there every year for about a week or so in the summer. It's a cool little place. It just is what it is. But today we've got some pineapple habanero hop dang. It is a pineapple habanero infused IPA, and joy of joys, we have a frickin' paragraph. You can read along with me if you'd like. We wanted to give our IPA something new. Wow. They really wanted to emphasize new. So we tapped refreshing pineapple and spicy habanero for the bill. I tapped them on the shoulder. I'm guessing, hey, you're in. The hops and pineapple mesh together smoothly. Then just a touch of heat from the peppers for something truly special. Well, we're about to find out. Oh, and Pregmos out there. Don't want to defect yourself. Do not drink alcohol, please. We're about to find out how exactly special it is today. How about let's send a shout out to old Matt Lunday, as he is known here on Instagram. Right here on Instagram, where we're doing this here video, on YouTube and on Instagram as Budget Blade Reviews. I hope I'm right. Anyway, great dude. Had me rolling in a live stream the other day, and gotta love a good sense of humor. So, Matt, cheers to you, my friend. All right, let's put this down. Ooh, that. Well, that tastes like. Yep, tastes just like beer with pineapple and habanero pepper in it. So, there we go. All right, so to recap, or well, not even recap, to fill you guys in on what had happened, I had pulled this guy out to mess with it, and this didn't just happened today. It was the other day, because I had sent an email and everything. But we are going to take this guy apart and take a look at what exactly had happened, because when I deployed the knife, I went to disengage the lock and fold her up, and that's when things went strange. The blade went loose, something hit the floor, and it was as you see it now. So and what had happened was our back spring broke. And you can see right there where it broke. You got a nice clean end, as it should be right there. And then right there is kind of rough and ragged, and well, it broke. And honestly, I don't think it's any bearing on the quality of Cold Steel products. I think it was just a fluke thing. Like I said, it has happened in the past, very, 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 very rarely. And honestly, the maybe total of 2 times that it has happened in the past, it was they were 100% much cheaper quality knives. The issue I did have came when I sought the help of customer service. I sent an email. In the email stated, that I was interested in purchasing a back spring for. Well, they emailed me back and said, we do not in fact carry those parts. So gave me a number. I called today, fully believing that this would be taken care of. And she said, well, how long have you had the knife? Well, me personally, I haven't had the knife that long, and I don't really know how long the person that owned it before me had it. But I mean, max like a couple of years, which is what I said. I said, oh, it's been a couple of years. And then immediately her tone changed, and she said, oh, well, see, in our warranty policy, it states that things that happen due to normal wear and tear are not covered. I was like, ma'am, back spring on a triad lock Cold Steel knife breaking, in my opinion, especially for what I've used the knife for, to be, more accurate, what I haven't used it for, that shouldn't fall under normal wear and tear. She said, well, I'm gonna go, I've written down, what part you need. She didn't ask me anything about how it happened, my usage, nothing, just how long I'd had the knife and what part was broken. So she comes back and she says, yes, sir, it was just as I feared. I talked to my supervisor. Translation, she went and talked to Delroy McDowrimple. The most experience he has with knives is probably a dull steak knife at Golden Corral. But anyway, she went and talked to Delroy, and who informed her, yes, that is in fact considered normal wear and tear and is not covered under our warranty. But we will give you a 30% off coupon code for your next purchase. Ma'am, if you're not going to cover something that's obviously a warranty issue, and here's how she justified it now. She said, we sent you a knife that was in good working order, and with normal wear and tear, springs break. I'm more a collector than anything, and I don't be out bushcrafting, and if I do, I'm not going to be using this type of knife. I'll be using the proper equipment for the activities that I'll be participating in. This knife, when it wasn't sitting in a knife case, might have cut some cardboard. So yeah, no, and within a couple of years, that spring should not have broken. Ma'am, if you have any kind of quality assurance department at all, I hope they're not sending out knives that aren't in good working order. The fact that it broke does not fall under the clause of it's an imperfect world. Screws fall out all the time, like on Breakfast Club. This is, yes, it is an imperfect world. Yes, springs do break. They shouldn't break after a couple years of, especially as light of use as this knife is seen. But I said, I understand that, you don't have any say in the matter. And I'm just, maybe you could pass that along to the higher ups. But so bottom line, guys, just in the future, and I'm not talking bad about the quality of Cold Steel's knives at all. Things happen. It just happens. And as a company, you take care of those things that happen. Because to me, saying that, well, that's normal wear and tear, that really doesn't give me much confidence and your confidence in the quality of your products, or at the very least, knowledge of your products. Because if you think that this type of spring should break within 2 years, even of like pretty heavy usage, much less, hardly ever using it, then you are either stupid, you have no confidence in your product, or you're lying to me. And I'm not saying don't buy Cold Steel, and I'm not saying I will never buy Cold Steel again, but just be aware that when you do, if things go wrong, you're more than likely going to be left hanging out to dry with maybe a 30% off coupon code for your next purchase. And that's about it, guys. So this is what we're left with, and I will get it fixed. I'm sure I can find somebody that has a spare spring laying around. I know a couple of people that are very, very huge Cold Steel fans, and more than likely have some spare parts laying around. So I will send out some messages or make some calls or what have you and get it fixed, which wasn't the issue to me. And also, like I said, it's not an issue of Cold Steel's quality. It's an issue of taking care of the customers that buy your product, especially when you took over a company that I know at least once I've sent a knife to them with a stripped pivot screw that I told them up front that I had stripped, and was, inquiring as to how much it would cost me to get the knife fixed. And I sent it to them. They fixed it for free and sent it back. That's the old Cold Steel. The new Cold Steel does not do that, guys. So be aware of that when you buy their products, this isn't Lynn Thompson's Cold Steel. This is Delroy and the Dalrymple's Cold Steel, and it is a whole totally different animal, and not one that I'm a big fan of. But I thank you guys for watching. I'm so glad that you stopped by, and I hope that you are as well, because if you're not, it's super freaking weird. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable, and it's the whole awkward thing. So get glad. And you know what, guys? I love each and every one of you, and always remember to get on out there and EDC your ass off and do something nice for somebody. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.